An update video on my first aid kit because I've changed it a little bit. It's been added to and improved somewhat. This is the car kit. I'm not going to show you the two other small kits that were in my first video because this is the one I rely on most of the time now. This has had some additions to it since the last video, and it's been enough of an addition that I wanted to add. I wanted to show it to you. Pretty much, there's some things in here that have improved the capacity and the ability to treat people. Alright, I'm going to take this here and I'm going to set it down, and I'm just going to take out the new stuff and show it to you. Alrighty. First thing, number one, I completely switched over to nothing but nitrile gloves. If you remember, originally I had both latex and vinyl gloves. The vinyl ones just weren't very good. I did have a few of the nitrile, but not many. I've been buying them by the 10-pack here because I found a very good deal for them. I just think these are a lot better. There's very little chance of any like latex allergies, and they work pretty good. Number two, I've added a much better CPR mask. This is the one that you can get that has the the double way valve. I think you can even attach a bag to this. This actually has the face shield. It pops out. And this is good for both adults and children. And doesn't weigh that much. It's a little bit bulky with the carry case. It actually comes with a pair of nitrile gloves. But it's for the money, it can't be beat. I wish the case was a little bit sturdier. It pops open easily, but alrighty. Another thing that I've added, now I've heard good and bad things about this, about the accuracy of these, but this is a wrist blood pressure monitor. This here actually goes on to the wrist and does it. People say they're not that accurate, but this one here I found is pretty good. I still have my regular old-fashioned blood pressure cuff and stethoscope as a backup, but I like this thing. I've also included this right here. This is actually a portable stretcher. This is like a liter. This thing it's a good size. It's reinforced at every one of them, at every one of the hand grips, and it's got 2 grips on each side and a big grip on the end, and then a grip on each corner. This is supposed to be able to transport and hold up to 500 pounds, so that should be pretty much anybody that I would possibly be able to move. Here's the important thing. I've included a much better trauma kit. This is for dealing with really serious, severe injuries. Now, I made 2 of these. This one's, they're pretty much, this one is the one that stays on my tactical vest. This one goes right here. They're pretty much exactly the same, but I was going to show you what's in this one because, this one's not 100% complete yet. It still needs 1 or 2 tiny little items. This one here is complete for what I wanted. So I'm going to take this one apart and show you. But this one is in the bag because eventually this one will be complete. I just need to find a couple items locally if I can. I'm going to show you what's in the trauma kit. Pretty much, I'm going to use the one for my tactical vest because it's a little bit more complete. It has a couple items the other one doesn't have. First off, right on the outside, it has one of these Primacare First Aid CPR masks. This is the good one with the little one-way valve on it. It's not as good as the one that's in the actual kit, but it's pretty good. And it makes a great little zipper pull. I try to put one in every one of my kits. Alright. This thing is designed for dealing with severe bleeding. First off, right out of the box, I have 2 of my favorite roll of the Nextera 3M tape. This is the best medical tape I've found, and I love the stuff. I have my nitrile gloves. These are a little bit older. These actually came with a different kit. They're all nitrile, but for some reason the color is faded. But you want gloves in any situation like that. And of course, a little bottle of hand sanitizer. You don't want to get anybody else infected if you can avoid it. All right off the top, tools. These are, I don't know if these will show up very good on camera, but these are titanium bonded stainless trauma shears. Supposed to be really good. I know it's hard to see black on black. Alright, I got a couple of forceps and clamps, Kelly clamps, and here's the angled one and a regular straight one. You know, if there's an arterial bleed you can't stop, maybe you can clamp it shut. It's not something that's easy to do, but right on top here, something or that I'm sure a lot of people have been saying, where was it in the other one? And that is, here is a tourniquet, something very important in trauma situations. This is like, it's kind of like the cat tourniquet, but it's made by Recon. I think it's every bit as good or better. You know, it's got the time thing on it. Most people know how to use a tourniquet, so. Alright. I've got just a, this is just compressed gauze, like a really, really thick, you know, well, basically just a blood sponge, really. It's just really thick gauze you can pack a wound with. Alright. I've got the two hyphen chest seals. This is, you know, you want two of them because there's, you know, if there's a gunshot wound to the chest, there's probably an exit wound, so you want two of them. And of course they're sterile. Nothing in there. Here's a controversial item, but this right here is the 14 gauge chest compression or chest decompression needle for tension pneumothorax. Basically collapsed lung. This goes along with the chest seal, pretty much. Then you have a couple of writing instruments. This is called a carbon pencil, and here's just a Sharpie. Just, you know, you'll need to write that stuff down. And of course I have the 6-inch Israeli bandage, and then a 4-inch Israeli bandage. Okay, I had a little battery problem there. Alright, next thing what I said was I got one of my face masks, the Curade antiviral masks. Those are really good. I got a Quick Clot advanced clotting sponge. Buy these now because they're not making them anymore, so once they're gone, they're gone. I've got a couple packs of these bleed stops here. These are here, pretty much, it's kind of like the Celox, but it's different formula. You just pour this into a wound to stop bleeding. This stuff right here would be good for, I think, smaller cuts than the big ones. Then I got the Prima Donna, the big stuff, the Celox Z-Fold hemostatic gauze. This thing is 10 feet long. This will, you just pretty much pack a wound until it's full, and then you tear off the rest and save it. This thing here is expensive, but it's very nice to have. It'll stop bleeding fast. I've got the nasal pharyngeal airway here, the nose hose as they call it. This is the number 8, I think, the most common one. And then of course you got to have the lubricant that goes with it. And then I've got in this little pouch right here. Let's see here. Can you see this right here? Right. I've got some. Let's see. I've got some. This is all burn cream and antiseptic wipes. Those are antiseptic wipes right there. Then these are little burn creams right here. And I got these little miniature blood barrier hemostatic gauzes. These are smaller and they're made for packing like small wounds, but you can put this like under a band-aid to stop like a puncture wound. And I got a rescue emergency blanket. This one's really cool because it's like silver on one side but green on the other. I don't know why, but I like that better than the, you know, I don't like the bright yellow ones or the orange ones, but I like the ones that are a little bit more subdued. You definitely want to have something for that for trauma because people will go into shock. Alright. This right here, like I said, the other trauma kit, the red one, is exactly the same as this, except at the moment it does not have the decompression needle, and it does not have the nose hose yet, which I'm working on. These are getting harder and harder to find. So, yeah, this is just a small update to the first aid kit. Just something I wanted to let everybody know about because, like, first aid for me is one of the most important things to carry. If you don't have first aid and you need it, you're in trouble. I hope you like this video. If you want to leave a comment or like the video, or I'll try to answer any comment I get. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a wonderful day.